Palace, it is I speaking, the dog. Looks like we got ourselves here a banger. It must be that time of the year, huh? It looks like it's time to turn the fuck up. Not too many events get the docs. Blood pressure up. But we're talking about beyond the moves. Put some respect on it, huh? We don't have not a second to waste. Palace, it's time to make something happen, huh? Mangekyo Sharingan.
Now I'm going to destroy. I am the Prince of all Saiyans once again.
Yeah. Yo, what's going on, y'all? How y'all living, man? Is everybody good? You should be. Pete, I ain't even finna play around. I'm finna bring these biggity bad boys down real fast so I can, wait a minute. Let me just go ahead and take hold on, just a quick second. Pete, it's beyond the moves. You can leave all your little combos and little scripteds at the door. Don't let the name confuse you. It's beyond the moves. Let me take just a quick second. A good quick look at y'all real fast. Is your street. Pete, man, we talking about beyond the moves, huh? How many of y'all think y'all can hang? How many of y'all think y'all can flow? Don't let it fly right over that head. I said, we talking about beyond the moves. Evion, my nigga, versus OD, my other nigga. I'm gonna see if I can prescribe something for this. I don't wanna bump the gums too much. I wanna get straight to the shits. Let me see if I can go ahead and get a good old wind up in. Blow. God damn. Huh? Oh shit. Woo-wee. Prime time action right here. It still say La Place instead of the Palace. Hey, here we go. Quality. P. Odie, set us off. Set us up right. Then with that lazy leg shit right there. There it is. Build it up. I see that. Hold on. That look like black magic to me. Hold on. Nice. See that? Love the clarity in this. Smooth. I see that. Evion, tell the people what you about, man. Evion, let the people know who you is, man. See that? Get smooth. Nice. Hey. Nice. Sick. Sick. It's only round one, playboy. Ooh-wee. He said, fly like an eagle. I see that. Nice. Smooth. Smooth. OD. Cook up. Build up is crazy. Nice. 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 Calm. Nice. Smooth, smooth. Nice. Whoa. Oh, Evion, you tripping? Nigga fucking with that subtle shit right now. He locked in. Oh. Nice. Oh, nice. Nice. You stupid. You stupid. Yeah. Nah, he hitting on a different level right now. I think OD gotta take it to him on this third right here. Right now, Evion's experimental game is just on point. The layers, the overall consistency and build up though is what I prefer right now. Like even getting to this point, I feel like he has actually been sitting in things a lot longer to develop them and have them fleshed out. And he just don't miss. He don't miss. He not missing right now. These ain't kill shots, but a nigga definitely got hit a couple times right now from Evion's rounds. ain't bleeding right now. Nice. That's what I'm talking about, OD. Tell me ain't no bitch in me, playboy. If you thought it was, you best get that out your head, bucko. Nice. Nice. Hey. Nice. Nice. Sick. DJ. Let's build it back up, OD. My nigga fell asleep at the wheel. Right back in the pocket, OD. Right back in the pocket. Hey, nice. That's foul. That's foul. That's foul. Evion, he hitting different right now. And he was ready, bro. All gas, no brakes. Oh, no. Smooth. Nice. 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 Yeah. Nice. Nice. Nice, nice. Ooh. Sick, sick, sick. Hey. Off the ground, sick. Whoa. Put on, OD, put on. Sick. Nice, nice. Get back in the pocket, get back in the pocket, OD. Right now! See that? Nice. Evion. Oh shit. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Fuck, man. I see certain differences though that Evion is just doing better. Nice. Whoa! Somebody come get this nigga, Evion. Oh yeah, this nigga OD tripping. Oh. I think this motherfucker might black out. Or if it wasn't for the timer, I feel like the energy was building up. What we saying, second half, okay. Well, we got a little break time, a little intermission, a little metalspalace.com. It's a .com, so you know it's legit. Go ahead and cop some gear. Support the palace at all costs, huh? Shipping worldwide, international. Just like the doc himself. Evion. Talk to me. See that? See that? Nice. Yeah. Nice. Nice. I definitely see the differences, and I've already like come to a conclusion up until this point, based on how I see Evion taking this.
No airports and no flights, that's how I wanna live my life, is that alright? 10 girlfriends and no wife, that's how I wanna live my life, is that alright? No sport cars and no ice, okay maybe a little ice, we all got a little vice. No selfies, just say hi, I'm so healthy and A-live. 4L, we them same guys, equity for my dogs, only time you see gang signs. Looking to change lives, I already changed mine. Our ambition just ain't the same size, you pint size motherfuckers watching my paint dry in real time. Tell yourself it just takes time, the time's now, stop waiting for the inspiration. They say it's a flaw being impatient, but I know airports and no flights, is how I wanna live my life, is that alright? No retweets and no likes, is how I wanna live my life, is that alright? No breakups and no fights, okay maybe a few fights, we all gotta choose sides. No selfies, just say hi, I'm so healthy and A-live. We them same guys, I just want peace, I don't want no smoking, I don't want to go home.
Oh shit!
I've been on the road since I turned 1 Joe. 100 people on set, used to be one go pro. My dad knows a lot of things that his son don't know, but he ain't been to all the places that his son don't know.
Nah, that's wild. Oh no, stop!
Is that alright?
Stop!
That's how I wanna live my life.
That nigga said I'm cooking you fast. Is that alright?
I got me a good book, I told Angel good looks. No selfies, just say hi, I'm so healthy and A-live.
Damn, I'm cooking you real fast. Is that alright? That's tough. That's tough, man.
No airports and no flights, that's how I wanna live my life, is that alright? 10 girlfriends and no wife, that's how I wanna live my life, is that alright? No sport cars and no ice, okay maybe a little ice, we all got a little vice. No selfies, just say hi, I'm so healthy and A-live. 4L, we them same guys, equity for my dogs, only time you see gang signs. Looking to change lives, I already changed mine. Our ambition just ain't the same size, you pint size motherfuckers watching my paint dry in real time. Telling yourself it just takes time, the time's now, stop waiting for the inspiration. They say it's a flaw being impatient, but I know airports and no flights, is how I wanna live my life, is that alright? No retweets and no likes, that's how I wanna live my life, is that alright?
Nice.
No breakups and no fights, okay maybe a few fights, we all gotta choose sides. No selfies, just say hi, I'm so healthy and A-live. 4L, we them same guys, I just want peace, I don't want no smoking, I don't wanna go to work, I just wanna go home. And I don't want no free jewelry, I don't want promo. I've been on the road since I turned 1 Joe. 100 people on set, used to be one go pro. My dad knows a lot of things that his son don't know, but he ain't been to all the places that his son gon' go. No airports and no flights, that's how I wanna live my life, is that alright? Wake up while the sun's still bright, that's how I wanna live my life, is that alright? No time spent on timelines, I got me a good book, I told Angel good looks. No selfies, just say hi, I'm so healthy and A-live.
That was nice.
No airports and no flights, that's how I wanna live my life, is that alright? 10 girlfriends and no wife, that's how I wanna live my life, is that alright?
OD stood his ground. OD stood his ground. I was hoping we get one hype track in this motherfucker. God damn. I'll even let y'all niggas play Shine right now at this point. Oh. The fuck? That nigga said, fuck it, why not? That's another highlight moment though, based on this, the differences though. The areas in which they just dance different and the approaches that Evion takes have more risk and reward to it. Rock with him, OD, rock with him. Hey. Nice. Oh. Easy there, big fella. Nice. God damn, these a lot of rounds, man. There's a lot of rounds. It make me feel better about my event. Cause it's gonna be on the same type of timing. Nice. Oh, nice.
This industry is silent at times. I'm looking back and sorry the guys low support when I put more out in my rhymes. But I do it regardless. When I put my calling in the pool of sharpness and ignoring Christ's blood, all in the weapon pockets. I'm just screw up a guy, and then I'm doing with Giannis. Living water,
Nice.
boy, the music was faucet. Wisdom being exercised, I played fitness. And I asked the guys who stayed in this legal business. I'm a labor vehicle, that's by the way of religion. And the real religion that trumps the answers given. When they question Yeshua, intersection of all my records on the regular. I miss the messenger, some of these metaphors feeling unsecular. Bruh, I could tell that's by the rules. Don't give a heck about your pull. The favorite rappers who choose to never do it.
Nice.
So when you hear them tunes, you're gonna be hearing these shoes. The driven lyrics with you.
Cause I'm cool. Excuse me, niggas never do it. My love was standing true. When I hop up on the small those lines never do. Ain't that much that I can do. I'm too sensitive.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Not on my mind, so you just hit the lottery. Lately, I've been watching these pops.
OD. Set us off, Odie, set us off.
Jeezy after a lot of God, I've been feeling needy, my heart is bleeding a lot. Got a pound of weed and I need a reason to stop, God. I know I'm a beast, I can probably get to the top. But it's open season, they hate the preaching a lot, God. They want me to lead you, but please believe that I'm not. Keep having these dreams that you're leaving, I'll be a lot, God. A lot on my mind, so you just hit the lottery. A humble beast, I'm probably God's favorite prodigy. Don't need the pop as long as pop, I'm feeling confident.
Nice. Sir.
Yeah, a lot on my mind. Really, I got a lot on my mind. This industry is silent at times. The world of Jora, I'm looking back and salty when guys lower support when I put more out in my rhymes. But I do it regardless. I'm from my calling in the pool of sharpness. Ignoring Christ's blood all over my pockets. I'm the school up a guy, and then I blew up with Giannis. Living water, got that sink, boy, the music was faucet. Wisdom being exercised. I play the fitness.
That was proper right there. Nice. Respect. 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 Hey Jimmy, them some high ass cuffs you got on that pants, brother. Them some high cuffs. Woo! Look at baby girl right there. I see that.
Thank you guys for having me here.
Oh.
It's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed the experience so far. Like, actually trying to do this kind of concept, it's very tiring. Like, even if you feel like you have all the rounds, like, doing rounds back to back can be very hard and slightly stressful, especially in the body, you know, like, a couple times, you're like, oh, why is my leg giving up on me, this, that, the other. So, yeah, man, like, it's been tough doing this for sure, but I've enjoyed
conditioning.
the training experience. I learned a lot from this. I would like some feedback, regardless of the result. And yeah, man, thank you guys, really.
And he's open to feedback.
Tout d'abord, je voulais vous remercier
Uh-huh.
aujourd'hui.
Yeah.
Ceux qui étaient là hier aussi.
Nice.
Je remercie aussi ma famille qui est venue me soutenir.
Ah.
Que dire de ce battle? Donc c'était sur un week-end. Je pense que c'est le battle le plus dur que j'ai fait, mais en même temps celui qui m'a fait le plus de bien. Parce que j'ai vraiment eu l'occasion de m'exprimer.
Right.
Et voilà, sans pression en fait. Sans pression, tu sais que tu as 5 passages, tu sais que tu vas danser.
Yeah.
Même si tu perds au premier tour, tu sais que tu as fait 5 passages, tu ressors, t'es bien. Là j'en ai fait 18 dans le week-end. Donc, ça a été...
Yeah. That's real. That's real.
C'était archi éprouvant. J'ai une paire de baskets qui était presque neuve. Voilà, j'ai donné ma vie sur cette piste et ça m'a fait kiffer. Voilà.
Yeah. Real man. Yeah.
So you were saying that first of all you want to thank everyone. So basically his crewmates, his family also who came, to see him dancing.
I don't know nothing this nigga saying.
The most difficult battle he had ever done, but it was also the most beneficial for him as well because he had the chance to express himself in a way that he never done in battles because simply he had the possibility and the time to do that. So yes, he had to do 18 rounds in total, and it's very tiring. He's even, saying that he had like some new pair of shoes and now he's dead because of these rounds. But the experience is just priceless for him. What else? I think that's pretty much it. And also saying that thank you guys for the experience and
I think Nikhil missed it. He has said shout out to the Palace too, but he must not have heard him. Yeah, this one it's gonna be a lot to unpack. We got time though. We got time because there was a lot of components, man. The first thing that I would start off with is shout out to Beyond the Moves. You know what I mean, for organizing and being able to provide an event that caters to the dancers in this type of way, where you have people being challenged in a different way. And being able to experience something that is very familiar to us within the battles, but it just creating a whole different outcome that a lot of dancers are not hip to experiencing, or they're just not being challenged in this particular way. I think OD grows from this. I think Evion grows from this. I think everybody that typically participates in something like Beyond the Moves, I would hope grows from this, because there are specific things that I think an event like this highlights, whether it's the vocabulary side of things, to be able to create structure, to be able to have longevity, like building up your stamina. And then it's the idea, even like what Evion was talking about, you could have all the time spent in the labs, right? And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to come out the way you want, or it's the idea that your body even might start giving out on you. But that's where the whole discipline of like work ethic and just being able to have your body ready for moments like this. But most of the times, since events like this is very rare, or like Beyond the Moves is the only one I know that caters to dance in this particular way, you don't typically have throughout the year events that get you to train also at home and to do this continuously at other events, because typically it's such a difference between doing all of this, where I think he has specified OD and like Evion, they did 18 rounds. I don't know if that was just in that day, because I think this is a 2-day thing. I don't know if that was in total, but regardless, 18 rounds though. And even what we just watched right now, they just did 8 rounds. They just did 8 rounds in the finals. You know what I'm saying? What event, where, when? Most of the times you would do 8 rounds at a whole event. They did that in the finals. So give or take, I don't know how many rounds they did in the semis. I don't know how many rounds they did before the semis. You get what I'm saying? There's so many different things to take into consideration. Before I break everything down, it's just having to give respect because of them being able to, one, make it to the finals. This is something to me that deserves respect. This is something to me that is nothing minor in the slightest. This is, if you made it here, this has weight to it to me. This is why I resonate so much with this event. Within everything that I was able to see as far as differences go, I think this was a perfect space for OD to be able to recognize. I don't know his dance to the fullest, but I would say more so in like the traditionalist way that I see him personally as being just like a full representation of like hip hop. I look at the differences between someone like him and Evion to where he could see some of the ways in which he can move beyond in more like freedom or like experimental type ways to expand upon vocabulary in certain pockets. I would look at some of these things to highlight within OD's round based on what Evion was giving in his round, which is what created the thought process in recognizing the differences to a degree. When I was watching Evion cook, in a lot of ways they matched and they had similarities and approaches, but I guess it was more so the range that I got in terms of difference between Evion and OD. The range, and then more so, I guess those choices in being able to sit in certain pockets, which is connected to the range. So say if Evion is continuously changing his approach, because I did feel like there was a sense of like new to each round to some degree when watching Evion, but the range, if he's moving somewhere within his round, not only does he sit in certain pockets and creates depth, and while working in a lot of ways with the subtleties, but it just had that overall scope of just being able to be something minute, internal, and having range to produce his movement in a much broader way, a much broader appeal, covering his spaces and just traversing back and forth between some of the subtleties and being able to be more dynamic. But aside from that, I was looking at the idea of just his overall buildup. His overall buildup between how he fleshed out different variations of rhythm and the tempo changes, to where most of the time what I would get from OD and everything that would excel up until a certain point is that it just felt like the ways in which I view him, as I specified from a more traditional perspective, I felt like he took that to the max based on these rounds that I got, to where he was doing everything proper, but I just felt like it just got to a certain point where it hit a ceiling. So then the idea of even like a fluctuation between his rounds, and that usually would that usually would occur due to like some form of tempo. You can add emotions and things of that nature, but usually when you're adding emotion, you might drag out something which overall changes your tempo. So what I'm specifying for like at least someone like OD, in his consistency that he has, it also made it to where, like, because we have so much time in these rounds, and it's the idea that I even saw what I felt like it felt like he had time, like in a good way, where he was actually like sitting in certain things. He was definitely expanding upon things that felt like it was an organic buildup. But the idea of what I got constantly with Evion is what I talked about, like that risk reward. So again, within that range, it's like Evion got to that point where he was doing everything proper within that ceiling. And then even though Evion doesn't move structurally the same, it's as if he's doing something to that same caliber, the range beyond to then go for something that's more risky, or to do something within those tempo changes, or the idea of how he chooses to accent certain things within the music, is something that differs between OD's approach, that made the rounds feel like, again, they have that fluctuating perspective. And then from there, it created a sense of like freshness, especially for how he continued within the round, or at least like a level of interest because of where he's going to go and what is he going to do now while he's in this pocket. But then also, as the rounds progressed, it's like he constantly took a different approach to then play around within this area, demonstrate this level of vocabulary within this. In that traditionalist perspective that I'm just using as an example, it's not to like label OD, but it's the idea that I didn't get as much range based on versatility in movement that then would create a sense of that freshness when I'm starting a new round. When I'm watching OD, everything about the idea of what I get structurally, it makes sense. But at an event like this, based on like how I think the time is given to you and how much freedom you have to really express yourself, like they were saying, I think vocabulary is like dumb important. If you're going to go 8 rounds, it's almost like, give or take, you have to have something to that degree to say for 8 different rounds. It's not the idea that I think you need to have something different every time, but it's the idea that while we're watching you progress through these rounds that have more than a minute within what we're used to watching dancers dance for, it's the idea that now you have to kind of like emphasize something in regards to like whatever like form of movement you want to expand upon. It's tutting, it's waving, it's just isolations. Like even when Evion is doing all these things, take into consideration, if I'm talking, because OD does it too. OD had a lot of layers and versatility, but then the main thing I would get at, because this is where like structure is involved. If you implement one of these things, then it becomes the idea of choice. So if OD and Evion both understand the same thing, oftentimes the switch ups and rhythms is what I got more so from Evion. My damn camera done turned off. But what I was saying is the idea of like how Evion switches up his rhythms and the tempo that I was talking about, where he switches things up, even like the idea of choice again, where it's not just a matter of going slow just to go slow. It's like, where do you go slow? When do you go slow? How do you want to do it? At which point are you even able to control it enough to where that idea of like that illusion where you're transitioning from a faster tempo to a slower one, does it go into it properly and does it look good? You know what I mean? There's a lot of components that can make it sound complicated, but then these are the reasons as to why someone is more of a like an expert in a certain field, just because they understand a lot of these details that maybe isn't something that's as thought out as when I'm explaining it, but it's the idea that it's understood enough to be able to demonstrate it. You get what I'm saying? And so those are the moments in which can create separation in a round based on all these little minute details that go into the round. So when he's fucking shit up differently in terms of rhythm, but they're both attacking the same thing within isolations, you start to get a different approach where you can see the difference amongst the two, where it might resonate differently for you, because it's not that anybody's doing something wrong. It's just the idea that I got more, that Evion was doing more, providing more. And then again, with that range, then it's the idea that even when he's making these choices to do things that are applied to movement, his movement that he adds to his round, it covers more than what OD was given. You get what I mean? So that's why these are applications that you apply to movement. And the idea of you applying them is all choice. So OD could apply these to all the same things of what he was doing. You don't necessarily have to do more moves to be able to apply some of these things that I'm emphasizing. This is a lot of free game right here, because I just want you guys to fully understand a lot of these aspects that aren't even more so just about these two individually, but these are the two things that I get more so from people like Evion and OD who demonstrate the dance at a high level. But then to be able to look at what OD was able to provide, I would look at this as a learning opportunity to flesh out more of what he already has. The idea to me that most times you don't really get, we could talk about this and break this whole aspect up more when people are only given one round, because we don't know what more they could have done. When you have something like this, when you have something like my event that I'm planning, where it caters to the idea that you have a multitude of rounds to be able to demonstrate and showcase, then I see that as being more of a learning opportunity. If you were not able to create a specific outcome for which you feel like you already have the ability to do so. If you did not, that to me is more a reflection on something that you could be able to look at yourself and learn from that. There are a lot of different influences, like the music. I think up until the 7th round, it got something a little bit more upbeat, but most of the time it was like calm. I guess that's one aspect of the battle where I do understand also, like when you're having to battle 8 rounds, you are way more strategic with your energy output, because you are not looking to burn out going 8 rounds. That will be very difficult for you if you get to like the 3rd round and nigga, you got 5 more rounds to go and you already maxed out. So I do understand that aspect of like the calmness of a round. But that's why most of the time these details, these components that I'm specifying in like a summarized version wouldn't necessarily affect your overall energy level, because I'm not saying you have to do it like with high energy. You could be calm and subtle, but the idea of how you even switch in between those rhythms will create that fluctuation that I specified. It's not necessarily like you got to have high energy and low energy and that creates the fluctuation. It can, but I think the overall approach that you naturally feel with music, when you feel music and you understand the layers as to which the music ascends, then you start to get more of a feeling where it builds you up and then it kind of brings you back down and it mellows out. Then you got the main aspect of the track where it's cooling. Then it brings it back up again and maybe gets to the hook and bam, you back locked in, you singing your heart out. You know what I mean? So those are the ways in which I feel like a round can transition, and it should have levels of energy that match that, but it doesn't have to be just straight energy. If you change your rhythms and focus on rhythms, a lot of the times you can create that same type of impact while keeping everything, like you don't have to compromise anything, especially if you're not one of those dancers that have to be super energetic or don't really care to be super energetic. But naturally, some of those differences, like when I was thinking of things that came to mind, besides the range, the vocabulary, and overall just the fresh feeling that I got a lot of times with Evion, the main aspect was the whole risk reward fashion that I felt like Evion's round centered around, where like every time that I would watch Evion do certain aspects of what I felt like him and OD did at an equal level, the risk factor for Evion to go in certain pockets and do certain difficult movements, or to the idea of how it got fleshed out, I think the main things of what I appreciated was the risk reward and also the way it was structured. A lot of times the structure ties into the vocabulary, but the risk reward part first was more so just because of the degree of difficulty. Sometimes I saw Evion going places, expanding upon his movement that felt like it was not stagnant in a specific area. So then he just went for something and naturally continued to build up his round and fleshed it out as he was freestyling within the moment. But then also the main thing that I got from the other aspect, I'm just hoping I'm just not forgetting it, was the what was it? Come on. It was the risk reward, and I know I just said it. Damn. I kind of forgot it. Getting caught up in that risk reward. What was the aspect of like what I fucked with? The risk reward. It's just so much information to process because I'll start thinking about other shit within the rounds. Well, maybe it'll click soon. But still, the idea of like Evion's approach was just how much versatility I got in his approach. Rhythms are very important to me. I feel like you could do something like what OD was doing that might have hit a ceiling vocabulary-wise to a larger extent. Like I got versatility in OD's approach, no question about it. But I think that would factor in more, even if he was doing the same moves, to then switch up his rhythms, it would create more of an impact because he's pacing himself differently to slow stuff down. Most of the time, if I'm even just talking about tempo, it's more so the idea that when dancers dance, usually they're either going at a consistent tempo or they go faster. I think Evion's specific quality that made it look different was because oftentimes he would sit in something and then do like some type of isolation and then stay in place, be more stationary, but it gives off contrast between all the fluidity that he's giving off in his movement. Like even OD, he's sometimes structured, but say that tempo that maybe was there while he was moving is the same tempo like within the body versus like a boom. I think the main emphasis would be like the depiction of sound. Oftentimes, Evion would highlight specific qualities of the music that I felt like brought to life more, emphasis of sound. It doesn't necessarily mean it always correlates with the overall round, like the overall feeling of the round. Like it means just because you did it that it works. But it's just the idea that, again, that risk is like sometimes he goes for something, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But it creates more layers in regards to what can impact a round or create that feeling of like even seeing somebody for 8 rounds continue to dive into something more or something different. You know what I mean? But this is the reason why I like talking about Beyond the Moves. It's because there's just so much within this that I feel like it benefits the dancers that either watch or participate because there's just so many moments of reflection to learn. There's just so many moments of reflection to learn. I think there's just moments of emphasis in these type of exchanges that cater to the possibility of you developing skill to get to a higher place within your dance. Most of the other stuff is the one rounds, the tricks, the bullshit, the things that just create hype or the things that are just more for entertainment value. That can exist, obviously, but it just won't truly benefit, I believe, a dancer, specifically because in that environment, you're challenged in a whole different way that promotes a specific way of dancing that won't really have you develop anything naturally. It will just be the idea that you want to expand upon the blow-ups. It would be you want to expand upon tricks. It'll be the idea that you just want to expand upon the idea that can generate hype and attention within what new move I can showcase today. Or it doesn't even have to be a new move because I'm gonna do the same move every time you see me at a different event because it just works like that. Oftentimes, since that is what exists in the majority of battles, it just has somewhat of a stale, dry effect on me now. Especially when I take in something like this. This is not the most hype stuff. This was actually pretty calm. Like I wouldn't look at this as like, wow. It could still be because we watched a lot of last year's and there was a lot of wow moments, but this was very calm. This was not anything like super hyper, super crazy. But from the natural perspective of me loving dance and the purity of it, I love so much of what they was doing because it didn't have to be a bunch of wows. It was just like, wow, look at the development of how, like I said, both of them made it to the finals through all the rounds that they had to throw out. And then this idea that like, when they get to the finals, you got 8 more rounds to go. I respect the idea of even getting to this point, let alone being able to see it through. I respect the moments in which they were able to push their bodies to their limits and then being able to demonstrate things beyond their capabilities when they're fatigued or all the things that matter the most, like when you're probably ready to tap out, when your mind is weak. You know what I mean? When your body is giving out on you, it's like, nah, man, I gotta handle business. I respect those moments. Those might be things that are more motivational, if anything, but then the way they were still able to produce within the dance is something that I respect. And it didn't rely on gimmicks. It was just the idea that it's all about the vocabulary, the vernacular, the technicalities, the choices really, again, I'm going to keep emphasizing that within the palace. It's all about choices. Once you get to that certain IQ, you can learn from anybody. And it's either you're copying or you have enough understanding to be able to generate your own thought process and then figure out like, how do I do this? And that's all just choice. Like, even if you were to take a simple combo, how would you then switch it up rhythmically to then change it up so it doesn't naturally just fall in the same places that you were shown when you were taught it? Like, can you distinguish between the movements that you're watching and then take that and then figure out how to apply your own thought process and flip it to then create more choice? But yeah, there's a lot. I can talk about this stuff all day, and I'm probably jumping into so many different things, and that's how I end up forgetting shit. But yeah, man, get in the comments. There's so many things you could talk about. Again, if people would like to speak with me more about these things, you have the Discord. It's public to everybody. I'll drop a link so that way people can get in and just rap more about dance stuff. You can post your lab clips. The lab clips in the palace right now is beautiful. The lab clips right now is everything. Seeing everybody post their lab clips, wanting feedback, or just showing that they working, showing that they trying to do something, showing that they trying to elevate and grow within their dance. I got nothing but respect for that. So that's one of the main aspects. If you would like to be a part of that, you can. And shit, even if you would like to work with me personally, even if you want to develop your shit with the doc himself, you know what I mean? If you know you don't got the answers, you know who does. Hit me up in the Discord. It's open. You can drop a comment. You know what I mean? We got more different types of videos coming out. Definitely more talking videos. More of those will be coming soon. That's just without a doubt. You can support the Palace if you would like. metalspalace.com. It's raining hard as shit out here in the States. I'm talking. It's cold. You might want to get you a hoodie, huh? You might want to get you something. Some heavyweight premium like material, huh? Or maybe you just want to get your fashion up. I'm not gonna bump the gums too much. If you're still here, you're a real one. If you still here, road to 100,000 subscribers. Gotta make sure I say it clean. Road to 100,000 subscribers. Drop it in the comments. That's how I know you actually made it, and you got something out of it. If people, I don't know what people get from these videos, but I said what I said. Hopefully it helps somebody. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. Y'all be easy. Peace.